My pleasant good morning to you all, dear students.
Good morning, sir.
Right.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good
Good morning.
morning. Good morning. I think yesterday we spoke about our discussion on parts of speech. Anyhow, especially we spent lots of time on for the discussion on adjectives, and then we had a brief discussion on adverbs. So according to the list of the parts of speech, we can continue the discussion. We can continue the discussion with the preposition today. If time permits, then we can think about the others. Now, according to your selection test paper, question paper, I found there are 3 major areas which are being tested by the university. Open University has some tradition. I think you better know about it. Open University is it's a unconventional university. It's not a university which is similar to other conventional or traditional universities because the programs are different. The reason is they have their evaluation system and their mode of conducting classes are different. Now, since I myself have been a visiting lecturer for the Open University, maybe for about 6 or 7 years time as a visiting lecturer, especially at Study Center Ampara. So I have been handling some programs there. And now due to the COVID prevalence situation, we did some classes, online sessions, and then now we are in the process of physical classes. Anyhow, Open University now, you are planning to register for the BA, Bachelor's Degree in Arts, English and English Language Teaching. Am I right?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that the
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, BA in English and English Language Teaching. We tell it BA ELT, English Language Teaching. So this program, according to my knowledge, I was a past graduate as well, and I have done some postgraduate and bachelor's degree programs at Open University of Sri Lanka. So as a student, as a visiting lecturer, I have some knowledge and I have some experience with the programs conducted there. So in your case, according to my understanding and my knowledge, I don't know whether there are some changes in the Department of Language Studies or not. It's up to you to confirm. They admit students for the BA ELT programs in two different modes. One is there are students who have already done a diploma in English. Those who have already done the diploma in English program awarded by the Open University, they have the direct entry to this program, right? The students who have done the diploma in English program, they are given the direct admission to this program. Then, in addition to that, they admit another lot from this selection test. So, according to their admission criteria and the number of vacancies, they give opportunities to the students who are applying in the open mode. So already it is for your information, but you have to check this whether there are some changes according to their advertisements and others. Now, I think they might have given you the handbills or the leaflets. Did you go through them? Did you go through? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So did you check with the admission requirements and the criteria?
Yes.
Yeah. What did they say? Did they mention anything about the Open University diploma holders? Huh? Hello?
We don't know, sir.
Don't know. You should know,
So,
you know.
who has college teachers, sir?
Yeah.
If they are college teachers, they can come without entering these exams.
Is that so? Uh-huh. That is up to the University Senate, but my previous understanding is that those who have done the Open University diploma, then they are given the direct admission to this BA English program. In addition to that, the people who have some other different qualifications, they are taken to this course via this kind of test. All right. That is, whatever it is, now you are going to face the selection test. So this selection test is a win-win situation. By hook or crook, whatever the mode, you have to pass in this exam. But even they have the limited vacancies. So our role or my role here is to prepare you for the examination. So since you have a 1 hour test paper, your time management becomes seriously important. So I just analyzed some model question papers, and if possible, I'll get some past question papers with some contact with the Open University. And then anyhow, the tradition of Open University, they don't give the same past question, the very same past question once again. They give fresh questions for each examination most of the times. Sometimes there may be the past question, but it will be a similar question. But the question will be the new one. Or else, what they do is, they moderate the question. They transform the question to a new shape and give it to you. So your question paper, according to my analysis, there are just 3 or 4 questions. One question is about prepositions. One question is about focusing on prepositions. The other one is the essay writing. And the next question is about reading and comprehension. So according to the time, you have to plan your test and the test administration. So for the time being, today, we will focus on the prepositions and some model questions. So we will take a few minutes for the theory part on prepositions, and then we go for the model questions. Even I immediately sent you a handwritten. I didn't have time to, what do you call, print and send it in a PDF mode because I have been engaged with continuous classes. Anyhow, so whether it is printed one or handwritten one, these questions are Usually, I myself, I am a paper setter. I am a paper setter for the national examinations in my department, in my workplace. So we know the rhythm of the questions. So now you are given some limited questions, prepositions, essay writing, and reading comprehension. So you should not worry about it. I can give my stuff and my expertise to the maximum to you to pass in this examination. So keep your worries away and get yourself fully prepared and ready, and then you can win this exam. Prepositions. Now I want to ask you some casual questions first with regard to prepositions, and then we can go for the model questions. Right. So let me know what is your understanding regarding prepositions. And before that, why do the Open University people have chosen preposition as a question? You must think about this. Why? Now there are number of word classes in English. There are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, then conjunctions, interjections, and preposition. Now, although there are 8 parts of speech, what is the secret behind for choosing preposition as a question there? Don't you think about that? What might be the reason? Can you guess? Hello?
Other parts of speech we can replace. For example, noun can be replaced with pronoun. The preposition is connecting the words in a sentence. So for this reason, I think myself.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. What's your good name?
Ajmia.
Asmia. Okay. This is how you are guessing. Right. Thank you. Anybody else? There are more participants. Now, as a exam taker, as an examination candidate, you must investigate this. If you want to win this, you must investigate the reason behind. Although there are 8 word classes, why do they give a special preference to prepositions? What might be the reason? Why should I prepare for this? Why don't they take and prepare the question paper based on other word classes similar to prepositions? Now you must use your logical brain and check this. Your investigation is a must. We have 8 classes, but they have chosen prepositions. Why? Come on.
I think it is difficult than the other word classes.
That's one reason. Preposition is more difficult than the other segments of the parts of speech. Very good. You know, now since you are keeping silence for a long time.
Sir, without preposition, sentence could become monotonous.
Yes, that is the reason.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, according to my knowledge,
okay,
there we can use time, place, noun, and pronoun, and every, we know, right, the part of speech, everything, sentence and everything is we used to include in preposition. That's why, according to my knowledge, I thought that's why they included this as a question for that exam.
You mean without the prepositions, the sentence construction is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, sir. According to my knowledge, I'm not
It's
sure.
okay. It's okay. That's it. Now we are sharing our thoughts and our experience, our feelings, because as an examination candidate, before sitting for the exam, you should analyze the test paper, and you should focus your attention where you need more concentration. This is why I'm asking these kind of casual questions. Yeah.
Preposition gives meaning to a sentence.
Yeah, it's okay. Now the question is not that. Why do the Open University administration take this preposition as a question?
The preposition,
Excuse me, sir.
preposition, I think the exact meaning for each word. I think the conjunction, we can replace the coordinating conjunction with sometimes subordinating conjunction.
Okay.
The preposition has the exact meaning for each word. If we misuse mistakenly, the meaning will be changed. I think myself.
Yeah, yeah. Your
Excuse
guess
me,
is almost all right. Any other students, please?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, I think prepositions are very important for us to build up a sentence.
Okay.
So, but most of the English learners, they tend to make mistakes with these prepositions.
That
That is why we get it in the exam.
It's an appreciable answer. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome. Who else? Anybody else?
Sir,
Yes.
preposition is used to link other word classes. That's what we give more importance to preposition.
Yeah.
Sir, that I agree
Yes,
with
your
the
answer is
previous,
really amazing. Yeah.
because
Yes.
most of them using the preposition in the wrong way. For instance, time, when we say time, they use on for 5 o'clock, not at. The places, because of that, I think they paid more concern towards this preposition, because that is
Yes.
more
Yes.
important.
Yes. Definitely. Well done. Your answers are really impressing me. Okay. Are there any more thoughts and feelings regarding prepositions and the reason for the Open University to give preference?
So preposition is helps to communicate more effectively and clearly.
Yeah. Yes.
Then only we must learn preposition.
Right. Right. Really. Your answer is really amazing. Very good. There is no any male voice. I don't know whether there are male candidates. Hello, gentlemen. No any gentleman today. Right. Okay. Whatever it is. Now, according to my understanding, my knowledge regarding prepositions and the secrets behind for the selection of prepositions as a question in the test paper, there are many reasons. One reason is prepositions are the most confusing part of speech out of the 8 word classes, especially for the second language learners. Prepositions are the parts of part of speech which makes the learners to get confused. More confusions are there. Now, again, you can ask a question. Why do we fall into confusions once we start handling the prepositions? Why? Why do you and I fall into troubles during the handling of prepositions? Why? Don't you think that? Why do we face that confusion? What is the reason for us to get into trouble in using or in dealing with the prepositions? You know, try to understand each preposition. Now, do you have the idea prepositions have some classifications? What are the classifications of the prepositions? How many categories are there? How many categories of prepositions are there in English? Basically,
time preposition, place of preposition, moment of preposition.
You mean 3?
No, not
Okay.
3, sir.
Right.
I
Okay.
think the
You
basic.
just guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Any other answers? How many categories of prepositions are there in English?
4.
Have you ever investigated this? What are the groups?
Apart from these 3, there are extra one the prepositional phrases also.
Okay. Okay. You know, basically, I just directly come to the point. The language experts have, what do you call? Yes? Say something. Do you want to say something?
There are 4 types of prepositions.
What are those 4? First?
Preposition of time, preposition of place, preposition of manner, and another one is I forget.
I see. You have forgotten. Okay. Okay. You know, actually, language experts have brought the total prepositions into 2 categories. Just 2. One is, just take this point in your mind. The first category is the single prepositions. This is how they categorize. Single prepositions are there. As you said, the prepositions of time, the prepositions of places or location, or the preposition of direction, all of them are brought under one label. That label is single prepositions. The prepositions which we are using alone, they come alone in sentences or in the phrases or clauses. So single prepositions are there. This is the group that comes as the first category. Category 2 is phrasal prepositions. These are the 2 divisions recommended by the language experts. It's not my personal classification. We time to time do some studies and researches in language related areas and topics. So those research findings and the research experts' thoughts are given with these 2 categories. One is single prepositions, the prepositions which are applied alone as one group. The other group is the phrasal prepositions. Now, which is most challenging one? Which category is most challenging?
Single preposition.
Exactly. Absolutely, you are right. Single prepositions are highly challenging. Why? Why is that? Why do you say so?
They make us confused where we can place them.
Yes. It makes us confused. What is the reason for the confusion?
must give the
Why
exact
do we
answer.
get confusion?
Because the time, place, and the time preposition and the place preposition sometimes same in, on, at. This time we get confused.
Yes. So how to solve this problem? How can you solve this problem? Don't we have the solution to this?
We want to do the more practice and hard work.
You know, there are some practical solutions for this. Now, first of all, I tell you the reason behind. Why do we get confusions in handling prepositions? The answer is, first one single preposition. Each single preposition is performing number of functions. If you note it down, it's no problem for me. Each single preposition is performing number of functions or jobs. You understand this point? Each single preposition, maybe in or at or for or to or whatever it is. We have a big list of single prepositions. All such single prepositions are doing several functions, number of jobs. This is the problem for the second language learners in using the prepositions. This is why they are struggling. If one particular single preposition is confined to one particular specific function, there will be no any issues. There will be no any problem. If one single preposition is limited to one particular specific function, we don't want to worry about it. Now the problem is, practically, in the language angle, each single preposition is employed in sentences in different angles. So, the multiplicity or the multiple nature of the single preposition is the big problem. It causes challenges for the second language users. So keep in mind, each single preposition has more meanings, more functions. So if you want to shoot this trouble, if you want to find a solution to this problem, you need to identify the usage of each single preposition at different angles. This is one solution. So the reason for the confusion is preposition is one, functions or the performances or the tasks done by them are many. One preposition, one meaning, no problem. But here, one preposition, many meanings or many functions become the problem. Anyhow, as the solution, we should understand, or we should know the different functions of each single preposition. This is what the solution for us to avoid confusions and minimize errors. This is one. Keep in mind. You should be very clear before approaching the topic. These are some separate clues and the tips for you to tactfully handle the prepositions. The second point or the second reason that you have to concentrate is number of prepositions are performing one single function. This is another issue. This is another problem for the second language users. In other words, one single preposition is performing several functions. Several prepositions or number of single prepositions are performing one single function. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what is the summary? One single preposition is doing number of functions. So we get confused. The second point is number of single prepositions are doing one particular specific function. This is why, this is one of the major reasons for the second language users to fall into trouble. So what is the solution now? The first solution is to know about the reality of prepositions. Reality. This is what the reality of the preposition. Next job is you should investigate each single preposition and the number of functions performed by them or by it. This is the second one. Whatever the actions we take, there are chances for confusions. So in the examination, since it is a win-win situation, so in order to limit the number of students for the course, according to the existing vacancies, they choose preposition as a question because there are chances for most of the candidates to make errors and get them rejected or minimize their admission number. This is one secret behind. Once they give some questions in nouns, pronouns, or verbs and adverbs or adjectives, there are chances for higher pass rates because the candidates shall be managing such areas. But this is the area where it poses a huge challenge for the exam takers. So the candidates have to face a huge challenge from this. But you can easily win this challenge if you follow the rules of the applications of the prepositions, right? This is the most important point. All right? Is it okay? Right. Now let's see. First of all, now already some of you have given me the definition for the preposition, right? The definition for the preposition is already given. Anyhow, let's go for a general discussion and try to get a clear picture about it. Now let me know, first of all, what do you mean by preposition? According to your understanding, what sort of image that you have with regard to a preposition?
A position.
Now, you know, when you do a post-mortem on the word preposition, you can split the word into two. Pre, P-R-E, pre. Then position, preposition. What do you mean by pre?
Before.
Yeah, something prior, something earlier, something in advance, as you said before. Position, preposition. So you may think that a word which is placed in front of a particular word, a word which is being placed in front of the particular word or group of words, right? That is one investigation that we can make. Preposition. When we investigate the word preposition, the syllable pre refers to prior or in advance or in early, then position, the place. So the word which we place in front of another word. That may be one investigation result. What about the other? Any other thoughts?
It defines the direction of an object or something.
Yes, object or something. Yes, absolutely. Any other answers regarding preposition? What do you mean by the preposition?
Preposition means it's connect the words in a sentence.
Definitely. Yes. Right. You know, there are some expert definitions I may share with you. If you want, you may take it down. It's no harm. A preposition is a word or group of words. Now, I have already told you, prepositions are brought under how many categories?
Two.
Two. What are those two? What are
Singular
those?
preposition
Position.
And phrasal prepositions. Phrasal. Phrase is usually a group of words, ne? Set of words. Phrases are a set of words. So you can say, you can write down the definition. A preposition is a word or group of words. Preposition, a preposition is a word or group of words. There are both groups. There are chances for both. A preposition is a word or group of words used to link used to link what? Used to link nouns, pronouns, and phrases. Maybe the nouns, maybe the pronouns, and phrases to other words in a sentence. Now, this definition is taken from a university journal, right? Now, I can't say what I wish. There should be some references. We must refer the publications, especially from the higher institutions of learning or higher academia. University is a better one. So a preposition is a word or group of words used to link nouns, pronouns, and phrases to other words in a sentence. Right? This is how the journal says something regarding the preposition. So from this definition, you can identify some qualities, some factors. One is there are two categories of prepositions. That is one. Now, what is the function of these prepositions? Link, ne? All the prepositions are used to link, linking, connecting, joining. What do they link? Nouns, pronouns, and phrases to other words in a sentence. Then what you can do is you can write down a list of single prepositions. I just tell you the guides, you do some homework. Right after this definition, there are two columns for prepositions. Column 1 is single words, single prepositions. Column 2 is phrasal prepositions or prepositional phrase. Then you prepare two lists, two columns. One column for single prepositions. Now, say for example, you know, in, on, at, of, to, by, likewise go on. Prepare a list of prepositions which are frequently used, very often used prepositions. Then go for the next list, prepositional phrases or phrasal prepositions, and make a list of that. Say for example, in front of. Now, in front of, what is it? How do you call it?
Before, in front of.
Yeah, no. It is a phrasal preposition.
Yeah.
Now, I don't ask the meaning. I don't ask the meaning. What I am
Set of
telling you
words, so
is,
it's a phrasal verbs.
yeah, it is a phrasal preposition. Keep in mind. Because there is a phrase, group of words, set of words, in front of, or else in addition to, for the sake of, in order to, on contrary to, in contrary with, instead of, next to, due to. So now, likewise, like this, what you can do is you can prepare a list. Soon after that, in the list, you add another column and write down the usage. Now, suppose draw the table in the first column. Now, you must draw two tables separately. One table for single prepositions. In that single prepositions, what you can do is put the prepositions one after the other and go for the second column and write about the usages. Now, if it is in, what are the usages? Now, in what sort of situations you can use in? Tell me.
To
We
tell a
can use
person,
in the place and time.
Yeah. Is that only place and time? No. There are more usages. So this is why I just tell you, Now, if possible, I'll prepare a handout and send it to you. But the thing is, you must identify the single preposition first and the number of usages. I told you, each single preposition is doing several functions. So, one by one, what you need to do is, first, in the first column, put the single preposition. Say, for example, if it is in, then in the next column, you list out the usages of that particular preposition in. Then, if possible, you go for another column and make sentences, examples for each usage. Each usage. If you practice like this, you can definitely face a successful examination in this particular question. So what you want to do is, now my job is to mainly guide you. How can my students approach this examination easily? How well they can face this test comfortably? That is what we are meeting here. So just try to follow my guidelines and advice, and then practice, and then go for the model questions or the past questions and face the final test. As far as the prepositions are concerned, first you draw a table. For the first table, you just mention single prepositions. Under that, you draw 3 columns. Column 1, single preposition, name of the single preposition. Column 2, usages or functions. Column 3, model sentences or examples. Likewise, you start. Then put number 1 in. Then in the second column, under the usages column, you write down the possible usages where the preposition, single preposition in is employed, used. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So shall I give you 1 or 2 examples first?
Okay, sir.
Right. Now, you have the notepad, then draw the table with 3 columns. Single preposition is the title. Under that, you go for a 3 columns. First column, name of the single preposition. For an example, in. Column 1, preposition, single preposition. Column 2, usages or functions. Column 3, examples or the model sentences. Then you take first single preposition in. Then come to the usages column, functions column. So in that column, you can mention months. Months. If you want to indicate or point out months, what is the single preposition you may use? In months. Second usage, years. Years. Usage number 3 is time of day. Time of day. Then centuries. If you want to mention centuries. And historical periods. Centuries and historical periods. Then Next usage is after a certain period of time. After a certain period of time. Now, so there are around 5 usages for in. Now, you all know in is a preposition of time. It's a time preposition. But the time is like this. Although it is a time preposition, you can use this preposition, single preposition in for these functions. I forgot to tell you, one expert says a short definition for preposition. It is a pretty enough definition, very short one, better note it down. Preposition is an indicator. Preposition is an indicator in a sentence. Or preposition is a pointer. What do you mean by this definition? Preposition is an indicator. This is a new evolution of definition. Why do you say preposition is an indicator? Huh?
You can find where in.
Yeah, indicate. You point out something. Now, if you want to point out something in a sentence, what do you want to use?
Preposition.
Yeah, preposition. Now, say for example, Sri Lanka got the independence in 1948. So now what is the role of that single preposition in? What does it indicate? Sri Lanka got the independence in 1948. So in 1948 is what? It is a particular year, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, year. So by using this in, what do you do there in the sentence?
Particular.
Yeah, you are linking the words. That is one job. At the same time, what does this single preposition in doing there?
Mentioning the year.
Yeah, it is indicating. Yeah, it is indicating. Yes, it is indicating or pointing out the particular year, isn't it? So this is why some experts have come to a conclusion and they say that prepositions are indicators. They indicate something in a sentence. Now, according to this example, Sri Lanka got the independence in 1948. That in is indicating the particular year. So we can say this preposition is an indicator. So if it is possible for you, you better take down this point. I just tell you, prepositions are, better note it down, prepositions are indicators or prepositions are indicators or pointers. Prepositions are indicators or pointers. Second point, most of the prepositions may, M-A-Y, most of the prepositions may indicate one or more of the one or more of the following indications. Following indications. One is time. Number two, place or location. Number three, direction. Number four, reason or purpose. Number five, an object. Number six, subject. Number seven, condition or nature or position. Number eight, possession. Possession. Number nine, connection or relationship. Number 10, choice or option. Put etc, etc. Now you see, what are these? These are the jobs done by the preposition. In a sentence, preposition can be used to perform one or more of these jobs. Sometimes a single preposition may indicate the time or place or direction or the reasons or purposes or the object or a subject or title. Subject, or even you can say title, a topic or a concept, right? Then conditions or nature or positions. Number 8, possession. Number 9, connection or relationship, or even you can say the link. And the last one is, not the last one, I have just concluded, choice or option. There are more jobs. Anyhow, I have just given you 10 indicators. There are 10 indications we have listed now. So with the help of prepositions, you can do this job. Now, similar to this. Now, based on this list, you can prepare. Now you see, now I think you might have understood some realities of preposition. So under the single preposition, as I guided you earlier, you prepare the list with columns. single prepositions table. First example I have given you, it is in. In column 2, you might have written the usages of functions. In is used for months or seasons, years, time of day, centuries and historical periods after a certain period of time. Now, in when you use the single preposition in, you may use it for these purposes. What about at? What about the at?
It
Time and
the place.
Time and the place.
time.
Yes, yes. Actually, time of days. Time of the days. Now, the second one is noon, night, and midnight. Then names of meal time. Names of meal time. Meal time means our lunch, dinner, breakfast. That is
Excuse
the
me,
meal.
sir.
Yeah.
Why we use the at for dinner and night time, but in we use for morning and afternoon? What's the reason, sir?
Yeah. You know, this is the rule where we have to follow. Now, in is actually, it's a good question. It is a broader one. In is broader one. The dimension of the time is bigger. At is narrow one. The time dimension is shorter. That is one reason. Now, say for example, you meet me at noon. You should meet me at noon. How long does the noon exist? Is it a broader time frame or narrow time frame?
Narrow time.
Narrow time frame. Now, I just give you another example. It is easy for you to understand. In and at. It's a highly confusing single prepositions, but you have to keep this point as I told you. In is always broader. If there is a broader dimension, bigger dimension, you can use in. If the dimension is a narrow one, you may use at. Now, say for example, the operation took place. The operation took place in about 6 hours. In about 6 hours. But the patient opened his eye at 2 o'clock. Now, when you say that in about 6 hours, it shows the broader dimension of the time. Then when you say the patient opened his eye at 2 o'clock noon, what is the difference you observe there? In is indicating the broader time. At is indicating the narrow time. Yeah, short one. Even this in and at is used sometime in the places, locations. So you have to be very careful there. Say, for example, around 10 accidents, around 10 accidents take place in Nugegoda. But 7 is at Navala Junction. Now, in Nugegoda, at Navala, what is the difference? In 10, around 10 accidents take place in Nugegoda area, but 7 at Navala Junction.
10 says the approximate number and 7 says exact number.
Yeah, that is number. At the same time, when you think about the dimension of the place, Nugegoda is a vast area.
Nugegoda covering a vast area at
Then Navala is a one particular point. Both are place. Nugegoda also place, Navala also a place. But Nugegoda is used in a broader sense. Navala is used as a narrow sense. So, although they are indicating places, we must, I tell you another very simple example. The prize giving ceremony was held in the school at the auditorium. The prize giving ceremony was held in the school at the auditorium complex. Is it clear now? Now, which is the broader one, which is the narrow one?
In the school border, at auditorium, narrow.
Yeah. So, although those two prepositions, those two single prepositions are preposition of time and place, still one is broader than the other. In is broader than at. So that point also you have to consider whenever you use them. Right. So in, then at. So at is also used for names of meal time. Then age. For age also at is used. Now, if possible, shall we now, have you trialed that model questions, a handwritten model questions paper I have sent you? Did you receive it, and shall we trial it?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Now say for example, model questions on prepositions. I have written 4 sentences there. Then we will discuss those 4 of them. Then let's take the first one. And now shall we do like this? You try first. Take a few minutes. And we shall go for one by one. Complete the following sentences Have you got it received?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Complete the following sentences using the most appropriate prepositions. Right. Take the first one. Take the first one and take just 2 minutes time and finish it. Otherwise, you can take all 4 questions, all 4 sentences. In about 5 minutes, you have to fill it. Because time is a must. Okay, roughly take all 4 and finish it in about 5 minutes time. Then we will go for the discussion. Is it all right? Shall we trial?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Right.
sir.
Yeah, take 5 minutes and go through the questions and write down the possible answers. Complete the 4 sentences given. Okay, I think enough time is given. My intention is to give you 5 minutes, but I have given you more. Now, have you completed the job?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then we will discuss the possible answers. Let's take the first question, so first sentence. There are sentences I have given 4. Complete the following sentences using the most appropriate prepositions. Here, the most appropriate prepositions mean automatically you should understand you need the single prepositions there. Right. Then, what about the answers? Now, I wish to listen to your answers first and let you know. One of you can present your answer. Question number 1.
In a country like Sri Lanka, with the highest literacy rate next to Japan, graduates in all streams and categories have annually been produced by the conventional and private universities of Sri Lanka.
Well done. Any other answers? Others? First one. Nobody. Haven't you done?
Same answer, sir. In
Same answer. There is no any difference? Right. So we will check now. In a country like Sri Lanka, so blank number 1 carries in, because a place is there. In a country like Sri Lanka, comma, you must note all the punctuation marks because it is very essential. In a country like Sri Lanka, with the highest literacy rate, comma, next to Japan, comma, graduates in all is better or graduates of all? What is the most suitable one?
in
What is the most suitable one?
it
Graduates in or graduates of?
In.
Why?
In. Because it is broad one, all mentioned all the streams.
Graduates in all streams and categories have annually been produced by the conventional and private universities
in Sri Lanka.
We say, yeah, universities of Sri Lanka or in Sri Lanka. What is better?
In
What is better? Of or in? In is better because
Of Sri Lanka.
Of Sri Lanka, now say, we have some universities of our own country. There are universities of private bodies, private campuses. All of them are located where?
Sri Lanka.
Now, office sometimes indicate the possession. Now say, Mr. Silva is the principal of DSL Nayak National School. Just take this example into consideration. Mr. Silva is the principal of DSL Nayak National School. What is the meaning? Can't you say that Mr. Silva is the principal in DSL Nayak National School? What is better? In or of? Of. Why? You want to indicate the ownership, the possession. So when you want to indicate the ownership or possession, we should use of. When you want to indicate the location, especially, it is better to use in. So here also, annually produced by the conventional and private universities in Sri Lanka is better. In. Right. What about question number 2? Anybody who wants to present your answers?
The discussion
For
taken
question
by
number
the
2.
government.
Huh?
Sir, the
Go on.
discussion taken by the government to
The decision,
introduce a new education policy had been for severe criticism to all segments of the people in our country.
Okay, fine. Anybody else? Are there any other presenters? Is that the only one? Or all others have the same answers? Don't say the same answers. If you have some other answers, please present it.
The decision taken by the government to introduce a new taxation policy had been into severe criticism among all segments of
Yeah.
into.
Can you come back? Can you come back? Had been?
Had into.
Had been to. Okay, continue.
Into
Had been into.
severe criticism among all segments of the people in our country.
Okay, very good. Anybody else? Any other answers? Your answers are almost correct, but there are 1 or 2 corrections to be done. Come on. Hello? Gentlemen? No gentlemen today, I think. Okay, ladies. I think only 1 or 2 are actively participating. Others are passive students, I feel.
So excuse
no,
me.
Yeah.
That blank before severe criticism, I have a doubt. Sometimes it might be under.
Okay. Now you have come to the point, huh? Right, that's it. I don't indicate anything, but I said there are 1 or 2 corrections. Now, as an intelligent student, you have found it. Okay, thank you very much. So try to be sharp. What about others? It's well done. Yes, please. Hello.
The decision taken by the government to introduce a new taxation policy had been under severe criticism for all segments by the people in our country.
Segments for the people in our country. Is that so? Okay. Okay. Any other answers? Anybody else? Any presenter? Okay, there's no presenter. So it's my turn. Please listen to this. I think well done for the presenters. They have really done a very good job. I really appreciate you. Question number 2. The decision taken by the government to introduce a new taxation policy had been under severe criticism. Under severe criticism among all segments of the people in our country. right? That is the best solutions. Once again, those who have not presented, no harm, it's your decision, but you at least compare your answers with this one. Then you can get some idea. The decision taken by the government to introduce a new taxation policy had been under severe criticism among all segments of the people in our country. Is it all right? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, shall
Yes,
we
sir.
go to sentence number 3? So those who have done question number 3 can present your answers. Have you done, or now only you are doing?
In other words,
Okay.
the next blanks, I don't know. All the members in Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right at the beginning, but it has gone on the deaf ears.
Okay. Smart answer. It is smarter. But still, I feel you need to go for a fill up. Who is the next presenter?
So, in other words, to all the members of Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right at the beginning, but it has gone on the deaf ears.
Okay, fine. It is also a smart answer. There may be, you better go for a revisit, because there are 1 or 2 corrections to be done. 1 or 2 blanks to be revisited by you. Please revisit the answers. Anyway, it's a good job, good effort. Thank you. Who else? Who are the other presenters? No presenters.
In other words, to all the members of Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right from the beginning, but it has gone into the deaf ears.
Gone into the deaf ears, ne?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. It's another smart answer, but 1 or 2 blanks are to be revisited. Please go back once again and, if possible, do the corrections. I'll wait for you. Who is the next presenter? Who is going to do the next presentation? Huh? Anyone? Any one of you? Hello? Is there anyone who is ready with the answer? Please go ahead with your presentation.
Sir, shall
Yes.
I?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, sir. In other words, for all the members from the Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right about the beginning, but it has gone into the deaf ears.
Okay. Okay, fine. So thank you very much for the answers. At the same time, it is advisable to revisit 1 or 2 blanks and try your level best to whether it is possible for you to make some improvements.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'll tell.
Yeah, why not?
In other words, of all the
Okay.
members by Sri
So what about
Lankan
the second
society,
blank?
of
Of all
all
the
the
members.
members by Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition in this move right from the beginning, but it has gone to the deaf ears.
Gone
Is it
to the
right?
deaf ears, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you very much for your efforts. At the same time, you need to go for a checkup. Once again, revisit your answers. I think you need 1 or 2 corrections wherever necessary. Nothing to worry, but you should get back. Are there any more answers from any of our capable students? If you keep answers with you, you can't judge it. So better to make it out, make it public. Then we people can judge your answers and give you some feedbacks. Okay. Are there? Don't hesitate. This is your class. I am here just a guide. I am a facilitator. I can guide you. I can make some improvements for your answers. Okay, okay. Thank you very much for the presenters who have done the great job. But still, you know, in other words, comma, almost all the members, almost, nearly, almost all the members of Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right from the beginning. But it has gone on the deaf ears. This is the most appropriate preposition. Once again, I read it for you. Just go through your answers and make the necessary improvements. In other words, almost all the members of Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right from the beginning, but it has gone on the deaf ears. Right. Okay. So now I think you have got the answer. We shall go for the last one, number 4. Have you done or have you completed number 4?
The interview for the recruitment of jobless graduates was held on last Friday in the second floor of the ministry, on the second floor of the ministry in boardroom number 5 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary of the ministry.
Okay, well done. Well done. So now I feel there is one blank blinking. One blank is little bit under threat. If possible, you can find it out. I don't tell you. You just go back and revisit your answers and see whether there are any position or area where you need an improvement. 99% you are all right. There is 1% of improvement. Okay. Anyway, all the best. Who is the next presenter? Come on. Hello?
The interview for the recruitment of jobless graduate was held on last Friday at the second floor of the Ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary.
From 8:30 a.m.
to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary in the ministry.
Right. Well done. 1 or 2 improvements are to be done. Better to revisit. Once again, check your answers.
Shall I try?
Yes, why not?
The interview for the recruitment of jobless graduates was held on last Friday on the second floor in the ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary of the ministry.
Well done. Well done. 1 or 2 corners are to be revisited. 1 or 2 blanks are to be revisited. Once again, please check your answers. Dear students, are there any more presenters?
Shall I, sir?
Yes, why not? Come on. Yes.
The interview
Proceed.
for the requirement to jobless graduates was held on last Friday.
Wait a minute. The interview for the recruitment
to jobless graduates was held on last Friday on the second floor in the ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary of the ministry.
Right. Well done. Very good answers, but still 1 or 2 blanks are to be revisited by you. Check your answers once again, please. Right. Anyway, it's a very good effort. Any other presenters? Because this is your time, this is your trial, this is your practical. I'm here to facilitate you. Please make use of the chance. This is why you and I are meeting here. Don't spoil the time. Hurry up. Okay. Okay. All right. So, shall we check the answers?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Right, fine. Since there is no more presenters, we shall check the answers. The interview for the recruitment of jobless graduates was held on last Friday on the second floor of the ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary to the ministry. Right. So this is how the answers are being networked. Once again, I read it for you. The interview for the recruitment of jobless graduates was held on last Friday on the board on the second floor of the ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary to the ministry. So once again, I read the whole 4 sentences for your final checkup. Please go through them. So the instruction is given. Complete the following sentences. Complete the following sentences using the most appropriate prepositions. In a country like Sri Lanka, with a highest literacy rate next to Japan, graduates of all streams or graduates in all streams and categories have annually been produced by the conventional and private universities in Sri Lanka. That is the first one. Number 2, the decision taken by the government to introduce a new taxation policy had been under severe criticism among all segments of the people in our country. Number 3, in other words, almost all the members of Sri Lankan society have shown their opposition to this move right from the beginning, but it has gone on the deaf ears. Last one is the interview for the recruitment of jobless graduates was held on last Friday on the second floor of the ministry at boardroom number 5 from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. chaired by the secretary to the ministry. So these are some practice questions for you to practice and trial and see your application of single prepositions. So single prepositions are there. Now I told you as the summary, single prepositions are the most challenging one, as well as single prepositions are the most confusing one for the second language learners like you and I. The reason is, what is the reason? I told you in the morning. Each single preposition has number of usages, functions. That is one reason. Other reason is several prepositions perform one single function or the usage. So because of this nature of single prepositions, second language learners are falling into some inconveniences in handling those single prepositions. So always keep an eye on that and act accordingly. So I feel we have one more segment under the preposition. The next segment is the phrasal prepositions. Now don't think that the single prepositions which we have discussed is finished now. For the time being, I have given you some single sentences, only 4 sentences I gave you. I'm looking forward to giving you more passages, if possible, tomorrow, most probably handwritten passages. I'll create the questions and send it to you back. So now what we have discussed is the single sentences. There are possibilities for passages. the Open University has the habit of changing the formats and the styles of the questions. Whatever it is, if passages are given, you must note that there will be a flow of prepositions. Prepositions flow will be there. So when you fill the passage, you must appropriately follow the flow of the blanks and the prepositions and locate them with the right single prepositions. So I hope to discuss the model questions probably tomorrow morning with some passages. If possible, I will send those passages to you through the coordinator of the program. So you can have those questions and better prepare your answers in advance, and then we can go for the detailed discussions and conclusions. Is that okay? All right?
Okay, sir.
Right, that is the plan for us. So in advance, what I can tell you is, please prepare those two tables individually, because you need to do some hard work. First, prepare the table for the single prepositions. As I told you, draw the table, split the columns, single preposition, then the usage of functions, and then the samples or the model sentences. Then one by one, you try your level best. If possible, I will send you the handouts by Tuesday, or if impossible, Wednesday. And also go for another table. That is the table for list of phrasal prepositions. Similar to the single preposition, you draw the table and go for the names of phrasal preposition one by one. Now say in front of, in addition to, for the sake of, due to, instead of. Likewise, you list them out and find out the function or the usage. And then if possible, if time permits you, you make some model sentence in the third column. Because you need continuous practice, uninterrupted practice you need, and you have to keep those usages in your memory. Then you can apply them in the test paper during the testing time. Okay, students, so do you have any suggestions? Or do you want some more practical questions for the single prepositions? Or shall we go for the phrasal prepositions? What's your plan now?
Excuse me, sir.
If you need more single prepositions related questions, I can prepare it and send it to you. Okay? Or you have any suggestions for me? Then you can. Please feel free.
Sir, what about the times? Schedules are same.
I'm sorry?
Sir, what about the times? Schedules
Tomorrow?
are same time. Yes.
Tomorrow, I think, don't you get the message from the organizer? Tomorrow, we have planned it for 8:30 morning. Is that convenient to you?
It's okay, sir. Can manage.
Right. Okay. Let's do it a little bit early tomorrow, 8:30 to 10:30 like. Early start, we can early finish. So I think we will try our level best. Since these 3 days are holidays for me, I feel to work with you a little bit more, because all other working days we are terribly engaged with the office task and other commitments. Anyway, I'll try my level best to give you the stuff. So what about, do you want some additional practical questions on a single preposition in addition to the phrasal prepositions?
Yes, sir, we need.
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes, sir.
okay, then
Yes, sir.
okay, I prepare it and send it to you. I'm sorry because I have no time to print and typeset those things. I will handwrite it and send it to you. And we will try to finish the prepositions tomorrow in the morning session, and we can start essay writing or the reading comprehension. What's your choice? What do you like first? Now, all three questions are there in the test paper. So, is it your plan to go for the, shall we go for the essay writing discussion and then go for the reading passage at the end, or which is your feeling? All three questions we have to face. Anyway, we'll finish first prepositions, and if time permits, we can start essay writing. Is that all right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Because the reading passages are time-consuming ones, so we can take it at the end. Okay. Okay, then. So thank you very much for joining. Have a nice weekend.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you are welcome.